Welcome to a special edition of the Referees Corner right here on Islandstats.com. Joining me is the chairman of the Bermuda Football Association's referees, Mr. Cranston Williams. But Cranston, I don't know where to start. You're off on a venture with our FIFA flagged referee assistant, Tashawn Simons. Give us an update on what is actually happening with Tashawn at this week and this weekend.
Tashawn has been, I guess you would say, seconded by the Jamaica Football Federation to officiate in 2 Premier League matches, one tomorrow evening and another one on Sunday. Tashawn left the island on Tuesday. I'll be joining him tomorrow. So this is to, I guess, take him out of his comfort zone, as you know, he just made on the list, so he hasn't had an official appointment as yet. He's been appointed to the Dallas Cup, so we're trying to get him ready for the Dallas Cup. Mm-hmm. And a couple of the officials that he'll be working with in Jamaica have also been appointed to the Dallas Cup. So I figured this would be a good starting point for Tashawn. You know, Bermuda is used to doing the games, done all the finals just about, so we just figured the opportunity arose and we grasped it with both hands.
How did this opportunity come about? Because this don't happen every day.
Well, special thank you to Mr. Victor Stewart, Dave Miku. They have been instrumental in all of this since I attended the referees chairpersons, or I should say head of refereeing seminar in Miami last year in November. We've been communicating, and because they postponed due to funding issues, they did not have the introductory course for the as new referees and assistant referees for FIFA. We decided, okay, let's try a different route. So initially, it was actually supposed to go in January with a gentleman from Canada, but Tashawn already had prior arrangements, so he was unable to go. So now they said, listen, there's a game he could do on a Thursday as well as a Sunday. We want Tashawn to come. So we just said, it's now or never.
Yeah. Now, where he is at now, like you say, it's out of the comfort zone. He doesn't know anyone. It's going to be different surroundings, different atmosphere. How do you think over the course of the period that he's been working towards this FIFA badge, this fits into that rotation?
Well, I mean, I have to give him his credit. Tashawn and Antoine Omari, they have been training. Even Stefan has joined them as of late. They've been training very hard. Tashawn's rather shy and nonchalant. You know, I asked him, Tashawn, do you need me to come with you? How are you feeling? Since it's been there, it's settled in. The gentleman that's taking him around, I cannot pronounce his name, Oyinko, I think they pronounce it. If I say it wrong, I do apologize. But he's been taking him around, and so far, Tashawn seems comfortable. He posted like he went to the gym, and for me, this is a natural progression for him. I was adamant that he had to go because being in Bermuda, we can get complacent and think that you have arrived. So for me, I much prefer if he were to go and say there are some errors, it makes them now as opposed to being officially under the FIFA spotlight. At least he has something to work with.
How closely will Victor be monitoring these 2 matches?
I'm pretty sure Victor will be there to assess him as well as Dave and Rohan, because we all meet up once I get there. Dave actually is the chairman of refereeing for the Caribbean.
Oh, okay.
He's also an assessor. So he will be at the tournament in in Dallas.
Right.
The Dallas Cup. He's one of the appointed assessors. So they have a vested interest in Tashawn.
Oh, okay.
So I'm pretty sure Tashawn knows he has to bring his A game.
Right. Now, you mentioned some other names that they've been working hard collectively. How far behind would you say the next crop of possible people looking to get on the FIFA list? Are we looking at a few years? Are we looking at next year? Are we looking at 5 years?
There's one person, I'm sure everyone knows and heard the name, floating around, Mr. Antoine Augustus. He's the next person ideally that we would like to send. Mr. Augustus has some work that he needs to do, some things that were identified from the last tournament that was held in Bradenton, Florida. FIFA, the assessors laid out some common grounds and things he has to accomplish. Provide Antoine accomplishes that, he'll be the next one. Now, after Antoine, we have Omari, who's 18, so he has a ways to go. We have Stacey Bibbs, a female potentially. She could possibly, because women, we don't have that many female referees from the Caribbean. So that track might be a little faster, but it also just can require commitment. Stacey has the mental attitude, the mental fortitude. She's fit. It's just a matter of application. There's Mateo. He's also, I think, 18, 19, so he has to wait until he's 23. Amari's in the same boat. But I do know that FIFA does make provisions when they're young to allow them to go and at least experience what it's all about. So that's the hope that that can happen for them.
From this side, being the chairman of the referees, what are you hoping Tashawn accomplishes that you guys could bring back and talk to the other officials here about the experiences?
Something for me, it's a first. I don't think, I could be wrong, I don't think any official from Bermuda has ever officiated in the Jamaica's leagues. So to me, that's a huge step, number one. Just also to be able to put refereeing to say, hey, look, here's an opportunity, this could be you next. And then it's going to be televised on Sportsmax. So you're looking on TV and say, hey, assistant referee Tashawn Simon from Bermuda. That is huge.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's something for someone to aspire and say, I want to do that in a few years.
When you took over the role of being the chairman of referees, and I believe you took over from Mr. Grimes,
Yes.
this progression has been a real fast pace.
Yes, it is.
Did you think it was going to be as fast as it has been?
Honestly, no, I did not. But the one thing I realized, and I guess maybe it's because I'm a teacher, you can have the best lesson plans teachers say in the world. But on a Monday morning when you get in that classroom, because you have children of all different learning styles, you have to be able to adapt and think on your feet. And that's the one thing I've learned with refereeing is that it's also the way you present it to people. I've been told by the president and other people that, oh, it's refereeing right now is in style. Why? I really don't know. People say you managed to get this person to referee, that person to referee. But for me, it's just an approach and how you sell it or you portray it to people. I'm a firm believer in you have to show people that you appreciate them. That's the one thing. So I think now, the referees get new uniforms, they have bags, that have to put on courses to make sure they're adequately taken care of. And now with Tashawn actually getting on the list and people can see what's available and the possibilities out there for them, I think we should be okay. But I know I did not think this would happen this quickly at all. And to know that Tashawn actually received his badges on December the 20th, I know that for sure because I left there on the 21st.
Right.
To now say less than 6 weeks later is on a trip, to Jamaica to officiate, I really didn't expect that. I really didn't.
Right. When you look around, your first time you went to even the FIFA Congress, and because you said this was more personal to you than anything else, and you didn't see a Bermuda name on a referee's list for any CONCACAF or CFU or anything of that nature. Now you're able to go in there with your head held high. How does that make you feel going to the next one to say, hey, take us off that list that we don't have?
For me, it's almost like I felt on the day when I received the email, and then when the General Secretary actually showed me Tashawn's badges, I felt like the weight of the world lifted off my shoulders. Because, like I said, all I've ever heard is, we don't have anyone on the list. We don't have anyone on the list. And I'm sure the president now, it's the way it can attest to it. When you go to a Congress or you go to any meetings involving executives from the Caribbean, it was like almost, it was just something you don't do. It was like, why don't you have anyone on the list? You have the manpower, you have the resource, you just don't. But I believe the biggest thing, what we were not doing, is just a mind shift. There's always a negativity about refereeing and the abuse and all that. Yes, that is correct. But I still believe it's just a mind shift to make people understand this is something that you can make a career out of. And so now that people are seeing it that way, I think that's why finally that shift is changing.
Right.
And also managing to recruit a lot more younger people, that's helping as well.
All right. Well, we look forward to Thursday's game.
Yes.
And then Sunday's match.
Sunday's match.
Hopefully we can get an update while you guys are in Jamaica and see how Tashawn's making out, because it's a new beginning.
Definitely is.
Yeah.
Definitely a new beginning.
Well, Mr. Chairman, your work is only begun, because when there's one, there's two.
That's the plan.
Yes. Well, good luck on your and safe journey, and we'll talk to you on your return.
Thank you very much.
Audio